Get your asses in here.
Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality.
Uh-huh.
But there is, unseen by most, an underworld. A place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
Yo, man. I've been telling y'all this shit for years now, man. I've been saying this shit for motherfucking years. Whole thing is fucking fugazi as fuck. So, are the N.O.I. C.I.A.? I'm asking this for multiple different reasons. So you're telling me that the evil racist white dude, remember, he's the evil racist white dude. He's wicked clan man, he castrates people, all that different stuff. You're telling me that he would allow a foreigner to come to this land and raise black people up. You're telling me that. Okay. Explain a couple things. This great black messiah that they were looking for, the CIA, the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover. Okay. Why are we finding pictures of him young and he's a brother, pretty much? He got a nappy head, all this shit. Why is that? Okay, that's strike one. Strike two, which should be the first one, is the racist, evil white guy allowing foreigners to come over here and raise up these ex-slaves. That doesn't make any sense. Now, here's where the game gets interesting. Does anybody know when the Shriners started in America? No? And that's fine. I know. Well, shoot. Swag's here. Yo, what's up, bro? Of course. Of course. Remember, this is supposed to be a racist land, white supremacy, but they would let the Jew capitalize over them. That makes no sense. that makes no sense whatsoever. The white guy is in power. He runs this place, supposedly. But he lets these Jewish people take over the land. It's not adding up. So I want to show you guys something. When did the Shriners start in America? 1870s. So during Reconstruction time, when they're gonna start killing y'all off and taking your stuff and switching the game up, ironically, here come the Shriners. Let me show y'all proof of purchase. Hold on, show y'all proof of purchase. No, you don't think I'm making shit up. Where we at? 1870s, right here. See that? 1870s, the Shriners got their start in 1870s, New York City, where members of the Masons Fraternal Order gathered for lunches. Among regulars at the Knickerbocker Cottage, where Dr. Walter M. Fleming and actor William J. I could finish, but there's no point. That's not the thing. My issue is this. NOIs are nothing like Sufi Muslims, which means they're not real Muslims. And people are like, oh, how could you say that when the original Muslims black? No, we're not going to play that game. They're not Sufi Muslims. They don't work like Sufi Muslims. So they're not real Muslims. Oh, we got the fruit of Islam, bruh. I don't care. Like, that's just like the gangbangers. You know, let me show you guys something else before we finish. Hold on. That's just like these niggas. See, everybody's calling them rough, tough criminals, not even realizing they're on the chessboard. They are on the chessboard, literally. They're on it. So we know who they're involved with as well. That's where you get that whole 5-point star, 6-point star. If you notice a lot of their drawings of that, they have the Illuminati eye on it. So it's like, oh, okay. So we're not going to go there. But what we are going to say is 1870s is when they come here. All right. People are introduced to a group called the N.O.Is, the Muslims. And this happens in the 30s, I believe. We're in the 1900s. This happens in the 30s. Where are we at? This happens in the 30s. Okay, supposedly a foreigner by the name of Farad Muhammad, which I find very funny and interesting that this guy's name is Fraud. Because see, Masons work in plain sight. They hide things right in front of your face just to see how stupid you are. You know what I mean? Because they know you don't know anything. So for this guy named to be Farad, aka Fraud, and he's really WDB Ford or some shit like that, some white guy. That's really who he is. It makes you wonder why his student, they say, was a 3rd grade graduate. That's as far as in school he went, was the 3rd grade, which is 3 steps. You know what I'm saying? Fellow, craftsman, master mason. That's exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about the steps. That's what it is. How do we know this is true? Because of the symbolism that he's wearing. The crescent moon and star has been over here before the N.O.I started. Hell, even the Ku Klux Klan, which came out in the late 1800s, their book, their sacred Bible is called the Quran. So this whole, they got their own stuff, and it's not looking like it. It's looking like they were put there. See, I brought up a point a long time ago about, I don't know if I'll be able to find it too, because it's old, it's down the list. But I've been brought up the facts that J. Edgar Hoover was mixed. Like, we can look that up, but yeah, we can read that shit. I don't even have to show you the picture. We can read it. Hold on. Now, why would this even exist? Why are these questions here? And they're like, oh, he he didn't like interracial marriages, whatever. But they say, is it true that J. Edgar Hoover was a mixed race? There is indeed evidence that he had black ancestry. He wasn't adopted by white parents. You know what I mean? So this nigga, mixed breed, whatever you want, it don't matter, y'all. See, that's where y'all be fucking up at. People love to say that, these sellouts, these coons and all that stuff. Okay, they want to be white, they want to act white, they dye in their hair, they bleach it, they fry dye later to the side, all this stuff. Okay. That's what you could say J. Edgar Hoover was, even though I'm not going to claim that. I'm going to tell you that they've never been racist at all. It's all a caste system, and it's all mental games. That's what it is. How the hell you going to be racist but root for the sports team that you see nothing but this race on? Like, you're personally having them on the team? Why would you even want to see them? Remember, it was segregated in the beginning. So this whole integration thing, if I'm telling you Martin Luther King's like, oh, I'm bringing my people into a burning house, but then at the same time, he's like basically taking points from communists and Marxists. So was the Black Panthers. You can't say it wasn't set up to have melanated beings struggling, because that's exactly where you went. And it's all working together. The Democratic Party, the Ku Klux Klan, the CIA, the FBI, all the stuff that you guys say. All the stuff that you guys say is holding validity and weight. The only problem is you keep thinking about being opposition to the status. You were colored and Negro. You never worried about competing with these people. It was never black versus white. It wasn't. It was you guys doing your own thing. They're doing their own thing. Only when you guys come together and integrate, that's when they want to push you into this black narrative. Why? To be in opposition of white. What do them 60s cats say? C.I.A will vouch for that shit. He's admitted it several times. Him and brother Larry, they say they call themselves black as an opposition to white. But you guys are choosing to integrate. You guys are choosing not to fund your own schools anymore and let them get, tore down. You guys are doing that. You're doing that for yourself. So it's like, how do you blame the guy who never wanted you in to begin with, and then you run in there, and now all of a sudden you're mad at him when you never had to go? And then here's something else to think about. Why do you think you only know about civil rights and slavery and nothing about Reconstruction and the 50,000 patents that you created? Why? Because that wasn't the school that you went into. You went into their programming. So it's for their kids on what they want them to know. Does it make sense now? Versus the Board of Education. What are you arguing? He wasn't arguing what they were teaching. He was arguing they're not teaching us. They're not letting us get this real information. But he didn't even realize something. The only thing you needed from their schools was the engineering. The engineering, the actual science. That's all you needed. You didn't need none of their history. What they're going to tell you is that's not. They will literally tell you Japanese have always been Asian, but literally they blew up Nagasaki. You can literally go all through Asia. You can find Nagas. The serpents on top of Buddha's head. It's like, so this energy, like as far as a word, this shit is not new. This shit is old. But it also held a lot of precedent in the ancient times. You know what I'm saying? The word Inger, nigga, niga, it never really had a negative connotation to it until it gets over here. Because remember, the Portuguese even called these people over here Negroes. So it's not a bad word. It's not. It's just been changed up. Okay, same thing with black. See, black is now not a bad word. Now black is beautiful, but with English language. So it was a dark and stormy night. He was thrown into the abyss, the eternal blackness. This is English language. Don't fret or feel upset because you can talk about the icy cold and be referring to death as well. I believe it's a Robert Frost poem where he's talking about, it's cold and I'm laying down, I'm about to go to sleep. He's talking about dying. So black and white are diametrical opposites, but can be used inadvertently in conversation and information. Why? Chessboard. Remember, guys, these N.O.Is are Muslims. Okay. The Shriners are Muslims. Why? Because they're the Moors. I've told people before, I don't even believe there's a white dude running this. And I honestly think that's why it's going into the ground. I don't think it's white people. I think it's black people. I think it's your energy. You secretly run this place. You always have. You've been the most innovative, most creative here on just off the cuff revenue, not something you have to build and take years. No, it's just dance, sing. You just have all this talent. But forget that. Let's get into the goods. So Malcolm X found out that Elijah, or better yet, he went with him, was having meetings with the Ku Klux Klan. And they say he was mad about it, and that's when he started to separate. But hold on. Malcolm X gets a $20 donation from a known racist. I forgot the dude's name. He was in the Nazi party. Hold on. See, this is the beauty about technology. George Rockwell. Mr. Rockwell. Yep. They even got that video. We got a donation for George Rockwell. He's a fucking member of a Nazi party, the American Nazi Party at that. See, it's kind of like what I've told people all along. Racism doesn't exist. It never did. It's an energy pattern to trick with your brain. Because remember, they made it up. But it's been around so long that you guys let it trigger dopamines in your brain to act a certain way, even though it doesn't even exist. How do we know it doesn't exist? Well, hold on. What the fuck is this? How can racism truly exist? And the white dudes letting these black people run around and calling them white devil and this and this and that, and they're just laughing. They're not even doing anything. Why do you think? Didn't they call you a black monkey? Black nigger? Didn't they say foul shit to you? One of them was nonviolent. One of them snuck right under our noses, brought people into a burning building. He was a part of it too. But the other one made it seem like he was in opposition to the white dude, like he's willing to battle. Meantime, he wearing his headgear the whole time. The Shriners came out in the 1800s, 1870s. The N.O.I don't come out until the 30s. So who's copying who? And why is the founder of the N.O.I supposedly a foreigner? They say half original man, so they claim he's black, but he's not. We've seen the picture of his hair laid to the side. It's not fried dye. People lied and said that was Elijah Muhammad. No, it's not. That's Farad. Looks straight like a white guy. Because he is. He's W.D. Ford. He is the white guy. So why is his student only a third grade graduate? He only graduated the third grade? Come on, bro. Like they telling on themselves, but they're supposed to. It's hidden in plain sight. They can't hide it. That's the thing. Like they say, it's not that the devil is a liar. No, the devil twists truth with lies. That's why it's the deceiver. See, people just want to say, oh, the devil's a liar. No. The devil's a deceiver. The devil wants you to kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people argue that, oh, you're killing yourself, you're destroying yourself. That's the whole point. The point is, on Judgment Day, you have to claim your own foul. You want to blame somebody else. And we're not talking about some spiritual devil that's under your bed. No, we're talking about the negative ones that are carrying the negative energy on earth. You guys act like people aren't getting murdered. People aren't getting set up, raped, abused. You act like stuff is not really happening in this one life. You know it is. So it's like facts, bloodlines, love, like integration, inversion. They do. They like to mix. But they're supposed to. It's the same damn board. You know what I'm saying? It's the same board. The board has never changed. It's always been black and white. Always. Because They originally got that from the Egyptians anyway. That's why this shit is always going back to Egypt. Didn't the fucking Muslims talk about they helped in Egypt? They oh, you know what I'm saying? That's them. Okay, don't the Christians, take the Hebrew story, oh, we built the pyramids, oh, we helped in Egypt. Don't the Afrocentric people say, oh, we built the pyramids. Everybody is co-signing Egypt. Everybody's doing that. Why? Because that's the whole flip of the game. Like, that's the whole point. The whole point is to get you to worship this shit. The shit they've been telling you about for the longest. They've been had this shit for years. They've been telling you. You gotta get with the program. You gotta see what you've been looking at your whole life. These motherfuckers, they said George Washington never got to spend a $1 bill. So we don't even know if he got to, like, well, we know he didn't. He didn't get to see the blueprint of what they was going to be doing, you know what I'm saying, later on. But that's some old secret shit. I'm telling you right now, these motherfuckers have to be a part of the police too. And I know they is, because it don't matter how many businesses that a person post up with, they ain't got that shit now. And you can't say nothing about the government. Farrakhan has had way more money than Elijah Muhammad ever touched. It's a different economy. Tell me I'm wrong. It's a different economy. Shit. Farrakhan has seen fucking G4s, planes, helicopters, all different types of stuff. Stuff that Elijah never got to enjoy. Elijah got to wear some good suits, maybe wear some jewelry, and, you know what I'm saying, sit in a nice hotel or something like that. But he never got to fly no G4. He never got to what? By the time that, I think the Saudis gave Farrakhan like $5 million. You know what I'm saying? That's just $5 million, but it's like Elijah didn't get to see none of that. So it's not like the money's not there for them to move in a higher altitude. They're not supposed to. They got to stay where they're at, just like the people that went the Martin Luther King route. You notice all these churches is CO or 501c3s. All of them got hierarchy Masons that run this fucking church anyway. Everybody know that. You be seeing Masons get they aprons in churches. It ain't always at the lodge. They be getting them shits in churches. I've seen it. Like, bear witness it. So it's like, at the end of the day, we all know that they're working together. We can see that shit. Excuse my language. The problem comes in when the people are not going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. And then what about the spook man shit? Why did y'all do that? If the shit is so grand and everybody's supposed to be down with it, then why would they spook it out? Why would they give you a bunch of conspiracy stuff and nobody ever talk about it? Nobody ever talks about it on the live screen, on the public screen. Nobody ever talk about it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody just amazing. The only time you may hear about it is if somebody do something stupid towards something, like when Oprah got caught out there. I mean, when Whoopi Goldberg got caught out there wearing a Mason jacket, but it was a male fraternity. So everybody's like, "What are you doing? You can't wear that. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that." But other than that, they don't really speak on it. You got little preacher people out here like, "Oh, they worship the devil and the Vatican and all." And it's like, okay, that sounds good, buddy, but you're telling us the same story. You're still having us wait on 2 million angels that are already here. That's why people like me talk, because I'm going to speak on the 3 points that this society worldwide is not speaking on. And those 3 are the real truth about the Masons, the Indian flip, because we're going to get into that too. That's the next video I got, the Harry Truman video. This motherfucking president is so goddamn notorious, bro. He's like a fucking mobster. Shit is crazy. Like, his historical record when he's in the office and what he's around, there's no way in hell that people can't tell me that he wasn't a forerunner in this behind the scenes stuff that was really going on. He was a forerunner. Excuse me. Harry Truman was a forerunner. And he was a Democrat. But whatever. I'm saying that to say this. They put you in an up and down game because now people don't even want to get into politics. They want to discipline their kids. They want to paint this room, in their house, whatever color they want. They want to wear this outfit, but they don't want to govern society. And it's like, why you think society's all messed up? It needs new minds. It needs new brains. We're in a different time. But one thing that does have to be exposed on everything is the fact that all these groups, all these little religious groups with the building and all that, and I'm not talking about building intellectually. No, I'm talking about the room, the office, the building. I would say 90% of them, 90% of them are involved. And that's why they teach you about, when you die. That's why they teach you about the fairy tale land. That's why they do that, because they already know your brain is like artwork anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's why they put so much symbolism around people. They be putting stuff around you don't even see. But that's why they put so much symbolism around for, the ones who know, so they know what's going on. The people on the outside, the ones who can't see, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad that, everybody can't see certain things, but it's like, for the ones who can see, that's why we come out here and talk. Because I'm telling people, it ain't just for the devil. What would the devil be hiding, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why would this unearthly God not reveal itself if this much scandalous shit was going down? Because it's not off the earth. God is not off the earth. The information doesn't die. Energy doesn't die. It doesn't. That's the scary part about it. You guys just be talking about yourselves. No. The energy never dies. So that means the wickedness back then has traveled forward just like the righteousness has. What the hell is wrong with people? People act like the game is just not being played. It is. It's being played. We ain't even going to get into the financial disputes. But what we are going to agree on is there's no way that Malcolm X can be assassinated. And that's the biggest situation around that group. You know what I mean? And he got nothing but ketchup stains on his shirt when we looking at the picture. When you look at the picture, hold on a second. When you look at the actual picture, of Malcolm X dead, you know what I'm saying? And they claim it was close range and shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, the shit just don't add up, Pete. It don't add up at all, yo. Where's that shit at? Don't run now. Oh man, they love doing this. They love running. They love running. Hold on. I mean, I could always go on my archives and find it. Stay acting like they don't know what the deal is. Let me see. I'm saying they acting like they don't know what the deal is. You know what I mean? They acting like they don't know what the deal is. They running. They scared, but don't trip. Nah, don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip at all. No. I found it. I found this shit. I thought I was gonna have to go to my actual old records, but nah, I found it. Now, anybody who's shot close range, 21 times. And they say it was handguns. They say it was shotguns. They say somebody was on the roof. That's why he got shot in his leg. It's like they put all these oomph. They put all this extra on it. All right, but when you look at the catch-up stains, you really got to say something to yourself. You got to be like, well, hold up, homie. That's a little too much artillery for him to just be able to slide out like that. And be like, oh, nah, you disrespecting our ancestors. Bruh. Jesse Jackson had 2 different shirts on, Phil. Assassination Day, Jesse Jackson had 2 different shirts on, pimp, and we can verify that Martin Luther King was there 2 times, and so was the other dude in the gray, the gold and black shirt, because both times that Jesse switched his outfit, theirs stayed the same, and it's the same freaking day. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing, because we also seen Jesse Jackson interviewed later that night after the assassination with the green shirt on, which confirms, nigga, that's what happened. So how do you have a little yellow in one and then the other one is just green? And come on, bro, that's why he wiped the blood on him. It was all set up. It's all fake. People were like, oh, nah, they really killed him. Sure they did. All right. Well, guess what? Even if both of them got murdered, shit looks suspect as hell. Because how do you get shot? Like, that's weird that there's 2 of them and I'm catching them both on a foul. How do you get shot 21 times close range at the Audubon Theater? You're in a fucking auditorium, B. They're right there. Front seat. Get your hand in my pocket, nigga. They're right there. 21 shots. Catch-up stains. You know they didn't take the picture as soon as he dropped. Unless it's, oh my God, the motherfuckers just start flashing pictures. Okay, for sure. Well, he should be way more damaged than that. And y'all opened up the shirt. Then we seen the autopsy picture and he got 3 pellets in his chest. I thought he got hit 21 times. You're not making any sense. What you saying? What you saying? You saying 19 fucking bullets went into his legs like 50 Cent or something? He Swiss cheesed his legs? Sure. Martin Luther King. Assassination, hella weird. Hella weird. Then you got other weird situations. What year the civil rights started? What was created that year? Then you got who's the president in 1945? You know what I'm saying? When the C.I.A. is made. I'm just telling you how it is, man. I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't trying to diss nobody. I'm just saying. I feel these they is still to this day working with them people. Because why would they let this slide? And why would you not know this? That's the weird thing. It's like, why would we, the people, not know this? Why not? Why would the people not know that other people have been around this for quite some time? When you can go to the graves, that was another thing I wanted to show you. Y'all. Hold on. Go to the graves. Go to the OGs. When you can go to the graves, you can show shit like this, which I've been shown. But it's like when you can go to the graves and show niggas the OG pictures of niggas where you're like, well, wait a minute, homie. So hold up, you saying that all these little groups, all these little, Black Power, all these different churches, Methodist, Catholic, you saying all these is just branches of different masonry? And they pimping out the people by, claiming all different types of science, but at the same time, they all claimed one particular science. That's the funny thing. Like, you got people that are Black Panther, you got people that are Black Power, you got people that are Egyptian, you got people that are black races, you got people that are white races, you got Asian gangs, you got Mexican drug wars, you got all different types of stuff. Everybody's claiming something, but for some reason, damn near all of them are going to root back to somebody or something that did something that looks like this. We're not even going to talk about all the gay weird stuff that they say is going on in the rap battle industry. I'm going to have to do a couple videos on that. Because H&I Adept, yo, I ain't going to lie. Bro got a lot of good points. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are fugazi, but he got a lot of good points on a lot of stuff that's going on. Dudes is moving weird. Dudes is moving weird in the industry. Dudes is moving weird in reality. And it's like, we just got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. We just got to be careful and realize why people stay on the same arguments about religion and they don't really want to get into that Indian ring. A lot of people do not want to get into that Indian ring because, see, you guys got to understand, that's when you're going to meet all this shit. That's when you're going to meet the discussions that people are going to call pseudo and conspiracy theory, but they're not. They're not at all. They're actually right there in your face. You can see it. A lot of these stories don't make no damn sense. Once you start peeling the tape back, you be like, this shit sounds hella weird. That, you know, people are talking about Egypt and going to Africa and Egypt and going to Africa and keep you on Egypt for some reason. And then you see that back in the day, they was a motherfucking Mason. And that's just weird. That makes you say something to yourself like, well, hold up. These are the dudes in the back of the dollar bill that motherfuckers was talking about. So it's like, well, how the fuck is a nigga on that tip? How is he on that tip? How's he moving with this? How he moving with the dollar shit? Okay, but then turn around and talk about all the system's corrupt and the white man stole it from you and other different shit. Is that a sent like route? Is that a route that's sent? You know what I'm saying? They was already in it. It was already in the operation. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna trip off people with J. Edgar Hoover thing because a lot of people don't want to believe that, but I don't give a fuck. Everybody knows at the end of the day that J. Edgar Hoover was a mixed breed. He was black. He was black than a motherfucker. But I yell nigga. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker right here. This is a nigga. Like all day. Like you can clearly see it. Shit is ridiculous. Like hold on, players. Hold on, players and players. Show you something, man. She's crazy. Like, you tell me, man. Now, is that a white man? That who you claiming is white? You claiming this white dude? Hey, serious. See, we can look at him as an old man. Okay. Saying, okay, this is him. This is the real him. This is him. Remember, it's all the script and cut. Okay. So who is who? Who is who? You telling me that just because you never seen him as a young man, that's not him? That is him. A lot of people switch later in life. A lot of people start to look different than what they was. A lot of people do that. You can see motherfuckers go from light skin to brown. See motherfuckers go from dark as hell to light as hell. It's like times have changed a person. Shit, some people got that vitiligo, cow skin, all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, how far fetched is telling you that all these niggas work for the underground fucking mafia, pretty much? But it's not the mafia the way that y'all do it. No. It's like you have to give yourself to lose yourself. Not even just with the spellbounding, not just with the contracts, not just with the booty busting. No. Everything. But you have to give yourself. You have to do it. So don't feel sympathy for anybody that I'm talking about in this video because they chose to do it. Fair is fair in the game of war. Love and war. Facts. Because I do love busting people's fucking ass. I do. And I don't mean that in a gay way. No homo. No. I'm talking about knowledge-wise. Oh, yeah. I love blowing the head off. Oh, yeah. That's always cool, man. And the cool thing is, they also try to stop you. You see people running to your page left and right. Then it get clipped. Everybody not running to the new page. But hey, it's fine. I don't care. I just look at it like, well, down this road we go again. Because now it's getting personal. Now it's to the point where it's like, you know what? Hold on. I'll prove what I mean. I'll prove what I mean. Give me 1 second. Let's grab some. So, in doing research, just some reality. Start to stumble upon things. And then when things don't add up, it's when you really start to question stuff. It's like, so everybody remembers the, no, I didn't want to do that. Fast forward. Everybody knows what happened in 1945, right? I hope people do. If they don't, give it a second. Hold on. Hold on. Where is that damn balloon? This is what y'all need to see. See something. See, once you find out, and I'm not going to go nowhere else with it, I just want to show you something. So in 1947, the Smithsonian, that's how you know it's true, because people hate on the Wikipedia. Okay, we'll get at Smithsonian, even though Wikipedia is even telling you the same thing. Despite the persistence in popular culture, extraterrestrial life owns more than just imagination than reality. It was a high altitude balloon crash. Okay. Metallic debris from a military balloon that crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. Okay. So they're saying that's a military balloon. Hold up. Here's the interesting thing. What did America just deal with? A spy balloon, right? That people let go all the way through your whole nation. It wasn't even here yet. It was in Canada. People let it go all the way through your whole nation. Then shot it towards the end. I think it was South Carolina, something like that. Here's the crazy thing. If back then there was stuff like that, because you got to remember, be behold the pale horse. You know what I'm saying? I think his name was Todd Scott, something like that. People like him, William Cooper. You gotta remember, people was talking about this a long time ago. They were telling you stuff a long time ago. And why were these all ex-military dudes? Or at least one of them was. But why is that? But now you're reading for yourself. You don't have to, spook around. You can. They'll tell you it was a balloon. I'm saying this for several reasons. And I'm gonna keep pressing forward. But for one, if there was real UFOs, then they wouldn't hype you up with UFOs when there isn't any around. I'm not saying that that's not possible. What I'm saying is when it came to the China balloon, they started really talking about, UFOs, but they weren't. It was a spy balloon. Okay. Well, when you look up the Roswell landing or crash in 1947, it clearly states that it was a military balloon. So what does this mean? It means this is not a new move. Okay. Now, that was 1947. What else happened in 1947? Because remember, they got y'all spooked out. You spooked out. In July 1947, they spooked people out. Now you got alien talk. You got conspiracy theories, all that different stuff. Now, in 1947, Hindustan continues to be used to the present day, but it was changed into India in 1947. I keep bringing that up because there's something else that happened in 1947. September 18th, 1947, the Central Intelligence Agency was created. Now, I know you're like, well, wait a minute. The military crash happened in July, and it didn't put on record what month in 1947 the name of India was or Hindustan was changed. So, what are you saying? I'm saying they collected all the data, and at the end of the year, because in September they do this, they had everything that they wanted to be able to, keep safeguard of all this, conspiracy weirdo stuff they were about to do. Here's another thing. In 1945, the United Nations is formed. San Francisco, California, October 24th. Now, what's this got to do with everything? Well, what it has to do is the United Nations was already made before the alien crash, before the CIA, and before they changed the name of Hindustan into India. Now, why is this all important? Because this is all about the American Indian, but all of this dirt is happening in America. Where is the United Nations founded? In San Francisco, California. So you're telling me, a logical thinking person, you're telling me that in America, there is a group created that is going to be connecting all world leaders. It's going to be formed in a democratic city, in a democratic state. and you don't see what's going on. What also came out in California? Hollywood. What I tell you about J. Edgar Hoover playing the white man, but really is a nigga. Sorry, rephrase. Better yet, yeah, he is a nigga, piece of shit. But what I'm saying is, the acting, the makeup, you know what I mean? Making your cheeks rosy red and shit for the pictures. No way, you don't even look like that. Why do you think his cheeks were so rosy red? Because makeup. They don't want us to use our brains. A lot of people don't use their brains. Now, people be like, how's this mixed with the N.O.I? Oh, I've been shown you already. They're wearing the same crowns as the Shriners. So that means they're Masons already. They were Masons right in front of you. Oh, no, they got that from the East. Wait a minute. The Shriners been over here since the 1870s. What are you talking about? How the fuck you going to talk about the East when they're allowing fraud to even come in America? I thought they don't like them. But wait a minute. The Ku Klux Klan's Bible is called the Quran. What are you talking about? See, you guys like the mafia, right? I'm not saying it in a good or a bad way. I'm saying you guys like the mafia, right? All right, aren't they organized? Ain't that how it runs, right? So I'm saying, by the time you get what they've been doing, been long, like they got your soul, they got your mind, you're all caught up. Who you gonna give props to, man? The information, not me. I ain't saying it like that. I'm saying, who you gonna give props to, man? These jokers out here still arguing the same arguments. Are the people getting to the bread and the meat? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get to the real feel of the field, what they're doing out here. They really, really working. And the game is corrupt. We'll speak on other facts at another time. I want to keep it where it is. I'm saying all that to say this. If all these people is cool with the Klan, and remember, the civil rights movement and stuff don't come out until the 50s, but the N.O.I. had already been around since the 30s. When did they pop off the most? Same time that Martin Luther King popped off. Wasn't no large amount of Muslims in the 30s. But in the 60s, they start popping up. That's wild. Malcolm X catch-up stage. Martin Luther King, his best friend, got two different shirts on in the same fucking murder scene. This shit is weird. Like, and I mean the same walk up, the same open up the door. Like the Smithsonian holds it. We'll watch that again. We'll watch it again. Credit to the Industry Hoax channel, but we'll watch it again. We're gonna watch that again, and you're gonna have to deal with what's in your face. I don't want to hear no chop up. It's Smithsonian, bro. You don't like Wikipedia? Get with Smithsonian. What you gonna argue about? It's just stuff you weren't looking for. It's just like anything. You know what I'm saying? In life, you might not see something because maybe you weren't thinking about it. You weren't looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like a 3D picture or something. You know, it happens. But when it comes to is the N.O.I. C.I.A. Why ain't they went nowhere? Why is the N.O.I.'s main base Chicago? And Chicago is one of the most unruly, messed up cities out there. If this word was this good, why is it not working? And don't talk about the government or the system because you're supposed to be past that. You're supposed to have a foundation that can change people. That's what y'all say. So why is Chicago all messed up? Better yet, here's another one. Why is Obama in Chicago, sneaks through, nobody knows who he is, and then he becomes, candidate for the presidency? How does that happen? He's there for 2 years straight. We ain't seen nothing about him. Ain't nobody said nothing about him. But they trust him enough to vote him in as the first black president. And they so proud of him. But nobody knew his Senate run for 2 years. That don't make no sense. Nobody knew who he was at all until he runs for president. It's kind of odd. It's the only black dude that they're gonna vote to be the black president. That's so odd. He just sneaks out of nowhere and hey, how you doing? Like if he was put there, which makes perfect sense. It was supposed to go Clinton, Bush Jr., Obama, Hillary. That's what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? They threw in a fucking anchor that had been in the game so long. That's why he's all crapped out. You know what I'm saying? As a president, it's like nobody can front. That dude had been in the Senate for like 50 years already. Nobody had voted him in. And who brought him to light as like a best friend? Barack Obama. That's Barack Obama. The black president's VP out of all people would be the dude who issued the crime bill in 94. He would be the same guy who didn't want Carl Thomas or Clarence Thomas as on the Supreme Senate or court judges. He said you can't go into a 7-Eleven without meeting a person working there with a Hindu accent. It's like he had been said all types of stuff beyond the pale. Who you think he's talking about? He's talking about street niggas. He's talking about people like Tupac Shakur, all them others beyond the pale. Like can't save him. You just gotta let him go. You know what I mean? Like now all of a sudden, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Like if it was the con game, okay, same thing with, you're black, strong, and you're from Africa, and all this. Look where they take you. The white boy telling you to go back to Africa. These motherfuckers telling you from Africa. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Now you black. But the Portuguese, the first people over here, is calling these people Negroes. That's what they called you. Okay. The Indian gets changed into a colored. Okay, that's what they called you. Colored only water fountains, colored only entrances. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why are they insinuating two different people with the same notion and don't say that it's true? That they do that with everybody because Chinese shop, Mexican shop, you don't see no motherfucking Native American shop or no black shop. Why is that? Why is that in that region? And people be like, oh, because they on the reservation. Man, most of them motherfuckers is broke as hell. What is you talking about? The reservation is a plantation. I'm saying they just living off land that's not even theirs. That's why they way out in the cut. As you notice, all these fucking reservations be way the fuck out there. They ain't nowhere next to the city. Like, they're just way out there. Why do you think that is? This is some real fucking CIA, FBI shit. Trump been let us know when he went with the casino case back in the 90s. They ain't look like no Indians to me. Like, if he's seeing some real mafia shit going on where it's like, yo, bro, these motherfuckers is claiming to be something that they not. You clearly see this small Jewish dude or some fucking, I don't know, some redneck dude. Like, he could see it clear as day. He like, these ain't no fucking Indians. So I'm saying that to say this. When you put everything together, I mean, but they own all the cameras though. You know what I mean? It's like they've already put you in a theatric mind with movies. Then they did CGI, so it's like your eyes are gonna play tricks on you with that regardless. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, people do get scared and people are, fearful of stuff, but why you gonna wait till the bomb comes in the room and now you gotta run out? But why wouldn't you want to see it coming? You know what I'm saying? And been like able to escape. So that's pretty much the level of interest that I'm moving towards in this video, where it's like all these dudes are involved in keeping the people spellbound and corrupted within their own ignorance because they're like forgiving their foolishness instead of trying to make correct changes. But it makes sense because the people that are giving it to you They're all about fame. They're doing dirt. They're doing corrupt stuff. So when you look at it that way, you're like, oh, fuck it, everybody's doing it. You got to get yours and get on. But no. In facts, and yeah, I've seen Dark Crystal. I know what you're talking about, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. But see, they showed you that in Fear Loading in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. The little acid that he was putting on his tongue. He said it was he called it something, but he was basically talking about like adrenochrome, basically. And he's like, it came from a 15-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people got to put two and two together. When Hollywood do certain shit like Eyes Wide Shut, that was Stanley Kubrick's last movie. He mysteriously dies after he makes the movie. That's his last movie, and this dude is known for great movies like fucking Full Metal Jacket. That's my shit. It's like he's known for a few other movies. I think was it The Shining? I think he did The Shining too. It's like he's done a lot of different shit. Or no, The Shining was Stephen King. My bad. But he's done a lot of different things. But he just goes. It's like, well, he's dead, so you gotta be more careful. One of them situations. You know what I mean? Stanley Kubrick is like the same, or however you say it, like the same as like Epstein. It's just Epstein was doing dirt, and he was exposing dirt, but they both met the dirt at the end. And I don't give a fuck. Like I tell people in a heartbeat, first of all, I'm not famous enough for the motherfuckers to be worried about my voice. Then secondly, even if I was, I still don't give a fuck. It would matter what I invested in, who I shook hands with, who I made allegiance with. It's like yeah, of course. That's a whole nother field, but it's like, no, I'm a free agent. I'm a gunner out here. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. That's why I'm able to say whatever I want, and that's why most of these little bootleg, goofy motherfuckers on the internet will not share my shit because they already know, like, he would destroy us. He would, because we got to run around the block, up and down the street, put commercials in it, fucking interrupt with some dumb street shit. We got to do all this stupid stuff. Meanwhile, he just shooting just mad shots. It's not even organized. It doesn't even matter. Just rapid fire. You're going to get what you get out this shit, and you're going to get the fuck on. But how y'all going to deny that these crystal ball motherfuckers is not connected? Elijah Muhammad, the 120s. Remember, this is the dude from over the seas. This motherfucker is giving y'all this shit. Some mysterious white dude named Farah Muhammad. Yeah, he supposedly Harvard. Man, shut the fuck up. You seen this picture? He come all the way over here, dog, and now he's talking about quadrillion years ago and spaceships and shit blown up from the moon. And I already know what he was doing. He was giving y'all Masonic allegory broke down like through his own fucking interpretation of it. That's basically it's the same thing Muhammad did, because people don't want to believe that. Like, that's how you know the whole N.O.I. thing kind of is a fraud, because it's like their prophet himself could not read the script that he claimed the angel gave him. Anybody know the truth about Islam? He took it to a Christian. Why? Because it's a Christian script. There's no way in hell that they can have all of the same prophets as the original Hebrews, the Torah, and not claim that they're not biting Christians, history. Because at the end of the day, think about when Muhammad gets it. You're talking about 700 AD. Like, this is so later. This is so way later. Like, when it comes to Hebrews, they claim to be BC time. That's BC time stuff. So it's like, well, wait a minute. Okay, they're only Christians because of the worship of Christ, the teachings of him. Okay, but that ain't got nothing to do with his bloodline, his race, his ethnicity. No, he was a Hebrew. Or sorry, he was an Israelite. So it's like, okay, cool. Fast forward to what's going on right now. It's like, how can Muslims claim that they got their own thing when the dude meets the angel Gabriel in the cave? Take the story. But he can't read the script. He's illiterate. He's not illiterate to the language he's talking. You act like he walked in the cave and didn't know his first name, didn't know how to call his mom or his pet dog, whatever the fuck he had. It's like, are you crazy? No, you know how to speak. He can get, food to eat, all that different stuff. But he couldn't read this language that this angel had gave him because it wasn't his. He's getting it from some Christians. So he takes it to his Christian cousin, his wife's cousin, who was a Christian, who broke it down and gave him information. So even the original story of this is backbiting off of some Christian type stuff. Why? Because the Shriners over here, the ones who gave the N.O.Is the keys to start their thing, don't matter if they're worshiping, Islamic science, wearing the headdresses, doing all different types of, that doesn't matter. What matters is what they gave this country. They gave it Christianity. It's not backwards. No, they want people to physically work. You know what I'm saying? Do my father's work, my father's bidding. Okay, that is the point. I'm not saying you can't gradually rise out of that and get into true Christ consciousness and understand what's really going on. That's where you want to be. But in one sense, they do want you to physically work. They're not the only ones casting spells. A lot of you be in school and get a bunch of crowded people, following you. You guys cast your own spells in life. Don't act like you haven't. Don't act like you're clean. A lie to you could be a truth to others, just like your lies to others could be truth to them. See, it's weird when you're casting spells yourselves, because you guys do it also. This is the land they gave you. I got to make a video about the North Gate, Land of Secrets. It has a lot to do with the Moors, the same people who we're talking about. Because you're not going to tell me the N.O.Is come before the Moors. They don't. And you're not going to tell me that the Moors didn't wear the fez, because they did. You're not going to tell me that the Moors didn't practice Islam, because they did. And you're also not going to tell me what this white guy is wearing. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's get it real fast. Better yet, let's show this again before we get to the white guy. Let's get to the OG classics. Hold on. Let's show this again. Okay. So we have this. We know this is true. The fez. Dr. Ben. Okay, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Look. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Ain't nobody like a lot of people be mad at stuff. I don't even be mad at stuff. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's whatever, yo. It's great. It's lovely. Oh, that was a long time ago. He had to go through those doors to get in the game and whoopty whoop. And that's how people would throw it at you. Be like, oh, wait, that back then. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Why would they allow him to come up with something supposedly that they're already doing here? They're already doing it here. It's already being done. People are like, oh, well, they wore different hats. No. It's just like nigger and cracker. Same insult, different person. Same insult. Same shit. It's an insult. It's and then you got, swag like us. You keep talking about the Jesuits, and it's like, bro, there's nothing wrong with admitting that. Okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, there's nothing wrong with admitting that they all working for the Zionists. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, look, I don't get it. Everybody, they act like they don't know that, but it's like we all know. We all know. I keep telling y'all the original theater, the original actor, the script maker. It's highly weird. Okay. Wasn't Marilyn Monroe an actress? Didn't she sleep with the president and his brother? Didn't Hollywood make Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist? Like, we keep going on and on with this. Like, they were the first ones trying to sneak in transgenderism with Sleepaway Camp. You ain't never seen that movie. It's an old 80s movie. Low budget too, but pretty damn good. And it's about a girl named Angela who's very quiet. She doesn't deal with nobody. But, of course, people get murdered through the movie, whatever. But Angela doesn't say it. She's very quiet. Then at the end, she finally gets along with a boy that she likes. Wind up on the beach. They find them both butt naked. He's dead, throat slit. Walk up to Angela. She turns around. Turns out she has a wiener. He was a boy the whole time. His mom manipulated his mind, told him he was a girl. His whole life. Raised him up like a girl. Treated him just like a girl. Most of these parents are the ones putting their kids on these drugs and stuff. They cheat. They keep acting like kids are sneaking around. No. Only a few of them were doing that. Now, most of them, their parents were putting them on the drugs. Hormone blockers, all that stuff. Now, back to where we're going. Before I can beat you, I have to. You're right. Both of those that you said is right. You know what I mean? Both of those you said is right. That one and this one. Both of those you said is right. Now this one, I have to question. Only because I am an American Indian. So I know that there's something old there. And that's why they keep it on one side. Oh, okay, never mind. That's the neighbors. They out there beefing. I honestly think that's him and his mom. That's what happens when you're young. You don't have a job, but you gotta do something with yourself. But look, there's money owed on the Republican side. There's money owed, and it's not bad. It's really just knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And that'll happen eventually. As far as these dudes, through these type of situations, they brought energy that people started using. The rioting came from the more of a Muslim side, saying, what you gonna do about it? Muslims just talk, they ain't about nothing. Same thing with the Christians, they was doing the same thing. Martin Luther King was non-violent. Malcolm X was telling people to start swinging. In the end, the gangs came. All this different stuff that they know. They can see it going on. But that's a distraction. They want you stupid. Because these dudes could have came out a long time ago and said what they was. Oh, yeah, we Masons, you know what I'm saying? We work, in the esoteric realm, and, we put out choices, yes or no's, up or downs for you to decide on yourself, because we don't want any zombies. You have to create your own way. We're just putting out signals to you, because there's good Masons and there's bad Masons. I keep telling people this all the time. Mason is just a builder. It's what are you building? That's the thing. A lot of you guys build music. You know what I'm saying? Or you build artwork or whatever. Okay, that is still masonry. That's still craftsmanship. You're still doing it, regardless. It's just you're acting like there's not degrees of people that do wicked things. Yes, there's two different sides. There's the righteous and the wicked. But anybody can walk through the door. You can't become a Shriner unless you're in good standing. So there's something going on here where people are using the fez and skin color to, have people scattered around arguing with each other. Everybody can see it. That's awake. Everybody can see it. All they're doing is playing around with people's minds and keeping them corrupt and wicked. And everybody wants to argue about, oh, well, look what all they've done for people. You haven't done nothing for people. That is so bogus. All that is bogus. You have literally seen these people just around the same amount of time that you've seen these Christians that you talk about, these pork chop preachers and all that different stuff, and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. It's all to keep people arguing with each other and feuding for what? While they're totally destroying a land, a particular land, because they always say the same thing. Oh, everything falls, everybody has, man, how the fuck we falling before Mexico and they ain't even got no fucking aqueducts? Huh? How we falling before Russia and they damn near bankrupt? How we falling before any of these other little weak ass fucking nations all over the earth? I don't want to hear no shit like that. You got your mind. America's a powerhouse. As long as I got the weapons, can't nobody stop nothing. And that's how people need to start thinking. You got to remember where you are. It ain't where you're from, it's where you at. A lot of people keep forgetting that shit. If this war really go down, of course you don't want nobody to die. Of course you don't want nothing bad to happen. But you better be damn for sure happy with sure as you want. I know that much. So, my mans and ladies and gents, you listen and hear this out. You can be cool with any spiritual system you want, but like Albert Pike said, still a childish game. But there's real power going on, real capital. I'm just wondering why these people were in the same hat and not admitting that they work with each other. Actually, East Palestine was a movie. Forgot what it's called, but it's a Netflix movie. My friend Shadow Mask 1995, he exploited that. He been showed that. It was a movie. Train crash, everything. Poison leaked out, all that. Movie. Happened 2 years before East Palestine. Remember, there was a Chinese movie or an Asian movie about COVID. See, it's Hollywood. And that's also how you know that war is influenced by both sides, too. That's why they knocked Hitler off. Everybody came together and knocked him off. White noise, that's different. I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in energy. There's no specters you're going to ever see. That's your eyes playing illusions on yourself. But what you can feel in the room is energy. You feel that with live beings and dead beings. Energy doesn't die. That's why I'm here. What energy am I? Am I, making stuff up in my head, or am I just historical truth that these people lied, they stole the land, they name changed a people, and they set up some fake people to be these people? Because the whole switch happens in the 60s. The Indian officially becomes the Native American in the 60s, and the Negro officially becomes black in the 60s. But both of them were coloreds and Negroes at the time, and Indians. But before this whole fiasco starts, because remember, but by the time you catch up to them, they're already 10, 50 years ahead of you. So by the time civil rights starts in 1954, they're already working on the CERN machine in Switzerland, because that's when it was made in 1954. But before that, they've already put fake aliens in front of you. They've already created the CIA. They've already created the United Nations. They've already changed the name of Hindustan in India, just to make it all the way to the 60s and turn Indians into Native Americans and the Negroes and the black. But they both were Negroes and colors on book, on paper. There's records of Indian men having sex with white women and them naming the child a Negro. Now, how does that even fit? How does that even fit? They're like, oh, they called everybody a nigger at the time. No, they didn't. Because if you had a Chinese baby, that's what they're going to call it, a Chinese baby. That's what it's about. It's about the trickery to take the land. And now it's 31 trillion in paper money debt. Paper money debt, you know, some creative bullshit. Paper money, not gold, not silver. It's not even backed by the gold or silver standard anymore. It happened in the 70s. Right around the same time they gave the Indian casino. Floating on air. Depends. Because you do know that there were Indians that were riding with the Confederacy. See, there's a rumor that the Confederate flag is actually an Indian flag. There's a lot of different history that they don't teach. And they're not going to. It's whatever, though. All I'm saying is, it's not about arguing about the people that land you're inhabiting. That doesn't make any sense. It's about who are they really and what is really going on. That's what it's about. I'm saying the N.O.I. and C.I.A. because at the end of the day, there's no way that you can deny them coming with that Muslim stuff when the white guy had already had it in the 1800s. He had it back in the 1870s. It already came out with the Shriners. He's been doing this. Charity work, right? What's Elijah doing? Raising people up, charity work. That's the cloak, so right? Till the next time, yo. Ghost.